Hare Krishna, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the UK Sankirtan Hour podcast. Today we've got a really special guest, all the way from Soho Street. Well, actually from Turin in Italy, via Soho Street. Mathura Kripa, Prabhu.
Haribo.
Mathura Kripa is the leader of Sankirtan in Soho Street. A very important role, and it's your third marathon, you were saying earlier, right, Prabhu?
Yeah, that's it.
Third marathon. How's it going so far?
Yeah, it's going great. Many devotees are joining in. We had an event already where we distributed like 800 gitas in one day with our congregation. That was for our for the 56th anniversary of Shishiradanandarishvara. We tried to distribute 560 gitas, and yeah, with Krishna's mercy, we did almost 800. So yeah, everyone is joining in. There's a good atmosphere, and everyone is fired up, as they say.
Nice. And you personally, are you going out every day, or are you doing a lot of management, or what does your marathon look like?
So far, management side of things wasn't too bad. So I've been able to go out most of the days. I was sick for a few days actually, but I've been out there, and yeah, it's been great to just be able to be outside. Some devotees they think, you know, when you do marathon it's kind of abnormal, and then you finish the marathon, you go back to normal. But I was hearing recently from Brother Prabhu, he was saying that actually the marathon is the normal state of things, and when you finish the marathon you go back to abnormal. And so for me it's been great to be able to just, you know, focus and set my mind to distributing the books, Prabhupada's books, and to just be in this natural state of being for the soul, right, where you're fully absorbed in hearing and chanting about Krishna. So yeah, it's going good.
Nice. Are you distributing mainly in London, or are you traveling around, or what's the setup?
We're focusing on London mostly. We also have an outreach center here, Studio 108. So by staying in London, we're also able to invite people back to our programs. And also, many temples around the world, they don't have that fortune. They need to travel. I think also in Wales, you guys have to travel, you know, to different places to find good amounts of people to stop. But here we're lucky enough to be in the middle of hell. And so we just step out the door, and there's a constant flow of people. And so we're just trying to make the most of that. There's many, you know, tube stations, train stations, and busy roads. One of the busiest roads, probably shopping roads in Europe, Oxford Street. So we're just trying to make the most of that.
Nice. Do you have any particular experiences that you can remember so far from this marathon? Or it doesn't even have to be from this marathon, from Sankirtan in general. Do you have any nice stories?
Just in general, like every time I go out, I always get this kind of realization where I realize it's all done by the Lord, really. I wake up and then I go out and I think, oh my God, how am I gonna do this again today, right? How am I gonna stop these people, distribute all these books? But then somehow or other, just by being there, by praying hard to the Lord, then Krishna does send, you know, the right people who are willing to listen, were willing to take a book. And so my realization over and over again is that we're not actually doing it. I mean, we hear this a lot, but when you go out on Sankirtan, you can, I think, realize it more, that you're not the doer and Krishna is actually doing it. Because it's actually quite a hard task. You know, you're going out there and trying to, from a certain point of view, trying to sell religious books to some random people. It's like impossible task. But it's possible by the empowerment of Krishna, empowerment of Lord Chaitanya. So So when we go on Sankirtan, we can actually see and experience that empowerment from the Lord. So yeah, that's something.
And it's such a wonderful place to be as well, isn't it? Like when you finally get out the way and you are just that instrument, it seems like that's like the best thing in life, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Sankirtan is the place to be. On the street is the place to be. Sometimes I do have some, management and different uh, duties to take care of, and I always feel when I go out on Sankirtan, when I make it out the door, 'cause that's actually the hardest part is to make it out the door. You got so many different things coming up. Your mom may call you to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and but yeah, when you make it out the door, that's actually the hardest thing. And then yeah, being on the street, you're safe. It's you, it's Krishna in the form of his books, Prabhupada in the form of his instruction to distribute the books, and then everyone else to receive that mercy. So yeah, Sankirtan is the place to be, and especially in this yuga, is it's the right thing to do. Sankirtan is the right thing to do. You can do so many different things. Also in terms of services, you can do so many different services. But if you wanna grab the mercy, then especially in Kali Yuga, Sankirtan is the way to go. So anyone out there who's doing Sankirtan, even if you're just doing distribute just one small book, you're doing the right thing. And please keep it up. And nothing is too small, because even one small book, you don't know what difference it's gonna make. I met recently a man in Liverpool Street Station in London, and it was towards the end of the day. We had some sets, tied up sets of books, and he comes to me, looks at me in the eyes. I thought, oh my God, what's going on here? He says, this book changed my life. And he was pointing to a Science of Self-Realization. He said that a cousin of his that was living with him when he was young, she got it on the street. She didn't want it. She brought it back home. And then he read the book, and he said it completely changed the way he was seeing the world. He learned about karma, about reincarnation, the idea of God, Krishna, and he said that it completely changed his life, and he was so grateful, and he was just thanking us, saying, "Oh, thank you guys for what you guys are doing, for being out there." So that's also something that happens sometimes when you're in Sankirtan. Krishna sends these people just to remind you that, as I was saying earlier, you're doing the right thing, and this is actually having an impact in this world.
Yeah, I was thinking that's just a really nice perspective. Like, and it feels like you've just reminded me personally that one book can make a big difference, because I think so often when we go to the street, you can easily get lost in this world of, I need to distribute this many books, or I need to collect this much Lakshmi, or I'm no good, I'm rubbish, I can't do this isn't good enough for me. It's like all of this noise just prevents us from, really the only task is just try and distribute one book, so it's nice perspective that you gave on that.
Yeah, and move the mind out of the way, and also move ourselves out of Krishna's way, and let Krishna do the magic.
What would you say is the importance of sadhana to your book distribution?
Well, sadhana is key. There's these 4 laws of book distribution: get books, and then your sadhana must be strong. So this is one of the key principles. And the idea there is that when we go out to distribute books, we're actually sharing the overspill, right? We feel Krishna conscious ourselves. We feel enlivened by our Krishna conscious practice. We get a taste for chanting the holy name. We relish reading the books. We should read the books ourselves, as Prabhupada stressed in so many conversations and purports. And then we're able to give it to others. And then people will feel, when you have a good sadhana, decent sadhana at least. I mean, it's not that I have a good sadhana myself, but at least I'm trying, I'm striving for it. I'm dedicating some time, some energies. And devotees who do have a good sadhana, then when they go out on the streets, it makes a difference because they feel the empowerment for one thing. They feel that strength, that determination that you need to push through, and people also, the public also feels the difference because when they speak to you, they can feel that this guy, this person is different. There's something special to him. So sadhana is key. Sadhana is very essential. And one thing that I like to do sometimes when I'm out trying to distribute books and I feel weak or tired or it's not happening, I just take a little break and I go and read. I like to read a chapter a day of Bhagavad Gita. So you just go through one chapter of Gita, just reading through the translations, which will take you like 5 or 10 minutes, and then you can pick one or two verses that stood out. You can read the purport. And that's one way to integrate, a little bit of sadhana, a little bit of reading also during your book distribution. But yeah, sadhana is key, especially your japa. They say actually all the service we do then throughout the day, include the sankirtan, is just an expansion or reflection of our japa. So that's how I'm preaching again to myself. That's how important our japa is, and so we should really put energy into that.
Amazing. Thanks, Ru. And one more thing before we go. I was wondering, I was thinking about like someone that's just about to go on the street now after listening to this podcast. Would you give them a quick word of encouragement?
Well, as I was saying earlier, you're doing the right thing. This is the recommended process for this age, sankirtan. So just go out there and just rely on the Lord, pray to the Lord, and keep chanting. Keep chanting also the holy name whilst you distribute. Don't forget to do that, because as you were saying earlier, sometimes the mind gets in the way. We start to think about scores and whatnot, and we forget to chant. But chanting is very important. Any sacrifice, any service that we do should begin and end with the chanting. While some books we can chant, between one person and the next, and that chanting keeps you in the flow. It keeps you focused.
Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Shrimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti